on. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside Game Chat. It's your main host Jared and my friend Dower, but we have some guests with us. We're going to start with the guy with the green background first.
Oh, well, hello. My name's Nathan, a.k.a. One Hot Dragon. How's it going?
Yes.
Good to be here.
And his friend with all the collector edition items in his background. Well, I guess they both have collector edition items.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
I just realized.
I guess
Yep.
me. My name's Fraser. I go by F-Bomb Gaming, and yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Awesome. Hey, Fraser, can you scoot over just a hair to your left? Perfect. All right. Hey, and our last one.
I was waiting for somebody to drop on Fraser there. Hi, I'm Adam. I'm no, not Addy. And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Well, I'm glad you're all here. Real quick question before we really get started into our news, which everyone's excited for. It is not E3. Hashtag not E3. But anyway, just give everybody a little bit about yourselves. What's your favorite video games of all time? And Dower, you're not answering this. You've done it before.
That was about
All right.
Who's going first?
Why don't we with One Hot Dragon? Same order as we just introductions.
So my favorite game of all time is gonna have to be, of course, it's a cop-out to say the Mass Effect Collection Legendary Edition. But I talk about that a lot, and I've already said that on our podcast, so I'll try to come up with a secondary to make it slightly spicier. I'm probably gonna have to say another cop-out and just say probably Halo Master Chief Collection. Halo is so special to me. It's funny because Star Wars Battlefront 2 is what got me into Xbox, and I got it for my birthday, and that weekend I took my birthday money and I went to GameStop, and I'm like, ooh, this game has guns. I was like, I bet you this is cool. That game happened to be Halo, and there started a lifelong obsession. And I got to meet Steve Downs this year, which was super dope. I've got a signed steelbook hanging above me right now, actually. There's not enough good things I could say about it and how much time I've spent into that franchise. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. Halo Infinite, super underrated.
It is. Absolutely. I'm with you.
All right, F-Bomb, your turn.
Well, I am a huge survival horror fan, just horror in general. So last time, Alan Wake is probably one of my favorite. The original was one of my favorite games for such a long time, and the sequel is phenomenal as well. But recently, I just replayed the Metro trilogy, and I will say they hold up. I mean, sure, I did play the Redux editions, but they're just brilliant. It's just like an old horror. So yeah, I'm gonna have to say the Metro trilogy, brilliant.
Good choice. That's one of that's one of the ones I've most enjoyed too. Yeah. Now our last one.
Oh no. I'm going to quickly an honourable mention to Dynamite Heady on the Mega Drive or the Genesis for those across
old
the
school. We're getting old school.
Old school. That is such a fun game. I absolutely loved it. I feel like it inspired Rayman, but But my actual all-time favourite series, it was either between Dishonored series or BioShock, and it's going to have to be BioShock just because it just blew my mind. When I played the demo on the 360, and you come out of the water when you've been in that plane crash, and I thought I was still watching a cutscene, and it was like, oh no, this is the playable bit, and it just from there, and the whole series is just amazing. Can't wait for the next one, whenever that might be. And Judas, obviously.
Oh, Judas is looking so good now. I'm just so excited for that game. It
looks great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for sharing. Now I have another question before we get started. What podcast are you all with? I should have asked that first, but my brain was like, let's go on to the games. I want you all to introduce yourself.
we're from Gamer Social Club. Or did you ask what we listen to?
No, I'm
Yes,
asking
where we're from.
where we're from. What podcast? Yeah. Just so you know, Dower and I are
Apologies.
from
got
the
kids
Inside
screaming
Game
in the
Chat.
background.
This is our podcast, just so everyone's aware. or if you ask Dower, it's Inside Game Cast. Or play.
Gameplay. Yeah.
We're from Gamer Social Club. We're all three editors for the website, actually. It's ran by Dano Omen. Maybe some of you follow him on Twitter. We're kind of like a news outlet. Our thing is we try to stay away from rumors. I'm still trying to think, I'm still trying to come up with, what is a good, proper, quick rundown of what exactly we do. But I know it started out as a book club. I'm actually newer than Fraser is. And Addy, I don't know how long you've been in it. How long have you been in it?
February, I think.
Oh, okay. So me and you joined about the same time.
Yeah.
Then. So yeah, it started out as kind of like a book club for video games. Right now we're covering Crow's Country, and talking about that in the Discord. And then they wanted to get into websites, and then I popped in and I was like, hey, I want to cover the podcast and video side of things. So we're just now getting into that. We've only got 2 videos uploaded so far on YouTube. So, Christian's been awesome. He's been talking with me and trying to help us get set up on our side. And I'm still learning. And, but we've got a team of really awesome people. I think that's that. Do you guys have anything to add to what Gamer Social Club is?
I just think it's just a super positive space to kind of get away from all the negativity of around video games at the moment. Like, no one seems to have anything nice to say about anything. So it's just you kind of can switch off. You open up the Discord channel and we're all just talking about games and having a good time. Great.
Kind of like our podcast.
To speak on that, just one more thing. Dano, who's the founder or whatnot, he just had this big spat of drama on Twitter recently. And just to attest for the foundation of what we are, this dude's just straight up disrespecting him online, being absolutely horrible to him on Twitter. And he kept it chill the whole time and was very mature. And I think, that says something about our founder, and it says something about the people who also follow him into Gamer Social Club, and the types of people that is in our community is very focused on positivity and creating a good space for gamers.
Now that's what we try to do.
Don't mind, can I chime in for a minute though, if you don't mind? So, quick story with Dano. I mean, I think we've been following each other since the very beginning. I think 2020, since the Xbox Series X and PS5 console launch. He used to talk. I mean, we not talk. He used to interact with me, comments and stuff all the time. And then one time, I'm just one of those people who just like to hate for no reason. Okay, I just just mess around with people. I just like to mess around.
Yeah.
So he's a big time Toronto Raptors fan, right? So he loves his Raptors. He's a big basketball guy. Basketball season, if you guys know, it starts in October, and ends at right around this time of the year. So his team was pretty much mediocre, okay, and he was just raving about wins in October and November. I'm like, dude, chill, man. They're not going anywhere. And then he just got angry and upset me. What's with you and the Raptors? I'm like, hey, I'm just saying. I'm just telling you, calm down. This is a long season, all right? And then 2 months later, his team starts losing, and I'm like, I told you so. He didn't just stop talking. He still follows me, but he just never answers my comments anymore. I was so surprised when he told me you guys are from Gamer Social Club, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn, this is run by Dano. Okay, as soon as he said his name, I'm like, wow. Once he finds out that did he not join this podcast because I'm in it or something?
He's plays softball. I don't know how that guy does it. Dude just had a kid. He told me he's got 2 jobs, and he's doing softball and this website thing I don't know how he keeps up
And
with
he's an
everything.
achievement
It's
hunter,
insane.
right? Like he's like his gamer
Yes,
score is like
yeah.
Yeah.
a
I
million or
think
something.
I think most of us here are like, yeah,
Crazy. Impressive though. He's a great dude. At the end of the day, like I've never seen him
Yeah.
like talk any negative stuff or anything. All his posts are his positive. He's a big Xbox guy, but you would never see him say anything disrespectful about
No.
PlayStation or Nintendo or anything.
No.
So
No,
he respects
but
all platforms. So yeah.
Yeah,
people don't understand the difference between preference and biasy. Like it's just a preference. It's what you play on. Like there's no problem with talking about it. Like doesn't mean you hate the other things, you know?
Yeah, I'm only disrespectful when Dower's involved. So anything he likes, I have to be the opposite.
Yeah, this dude has never liked any of my tweets. Like, if I say something that he doesn't like, he was just jumping like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Bloodborne sucks" and all that. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Oh no.
Yeah. But it's just our thing. That's why our podcast is so unique. I always have hot takes that he never
Love it.
likes to. Well, thank you all for your introductions, and I'm glad you're here. So let's get into Naughty 3. So we're going to actually cover pretty much the main topic of Naughty 3, the Xbox Showcase. There was other things announced, but we'll touch on them, and you're welcome to chime in on that. And I'm going to go down a list of the biggest ones for time reasons, and we'll talk about each one in discussions. But I am going to start with what ended the Xbox show first. Gears of War E-Day.
Call of Duty.
Yes.
No, let's Call of Duty that ended.
Well, no, it opened the show, and that was a direct. Two separate things.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they agree with me, Dower. You got three other people against you.
I'm just messing. That's Gears of War. All right, let's go.
Gears of War E-Day. Let me say something real quick. So it made me want to go back and play the only campaign I haven't beat on Insane, which was the Gears of War 3 ROM Shadow DLC. I actually started it today, and I've completed the first 2 chapters.
Yep.
Nice.
And because that takes place 1 year after E-Day, so kind of give me a refresher a little bit. So,
did you see the interview with Spill Spencer from Myron McCaffrey after that?
yes, I saw.
that.
Yep.
I love to hear that they were so. This is just what the team wanted to do. You know, like they were like, you know what, like we're passionate about this. We're gonna, go off to the side here and do E-Day before we tackle, going on to Gear 6, just because that's the next in line. I love hearing things like that because and I've got a lot of really hardcore fans in my friend circle of the game, and like people who put thousands of hours into Gears 2 and Gears 5, and
Guilty.
Getting this story is something that like everyone in my circle has clamored for a really long time. Yeah. So the fact that this is a reality and it's coming from a passion project just feels unreal. We're living on cloud 9, people.
Yeah,
absolutely. I audibly whooped. I was just sat in this room and I just was yes, I got chills from that trailer. It was so
Yeah. One thing I like to do is I like to go back after all the stuff's over and watch other like streamers with live reactions, especially ones that usually badmouth Xbox. And from I've probably watched 15 or 20 of them at this point, and it's just about. It's been critically received even by people who hate on Xbox, and it's just the announcement trailer was just that moment. And I'm just glad this is the first. There was nothing leaked about it. The only thing we knew Gears was going to be there, but everyone was certain Gears was going to be there.
Yeah.
And
for me, it was the audio. The audio of the whole video was brilliant. The music came in at the right place. The effects came in at the right place. There was a bit of silence, and the whole thing was just great. And it made me want to go back and play the older ones. I never really got into the multiplayer side of Gears of War, but the the campaigns and even the horde mode. Like I spent hours on that trying to finish those level 50 horde modes. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Did you ever get there?
Yeah, yep, we did. There was a couple we finished. I believe that was Gears 3 that had the horde mode. If I'm not
Yeah.
2 was the
Two.
first one with horde mode.
Yeah.
okay, so it was 2 that I played.
And that one was the
2 was
hardest
the one
horde
that I
mode.
played like couch co-op with
Yeah.
buddies, and then
Yep.
3 was the one where we all kind of moved away from town, and there was no more couch co-op. But I mean, the horde mode was still brilliant.
I'll never forget like the midnight release of that game, and I got the Gears of War limited edition console, which was phenomenal. And it's just one of those weird things where it was a core memory sitting there playing that game couch co-op with my buddy and us talking about how I bet you in 10 years we're going to look back at this game and be like, well, it looks like trash. But dude, like Gears of War fucking holds up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see how gorgeous this game looks because I guarantee I'm going to say the exact opposite a decade later. It's going to look so good 10 years from now.
Well, even the campaign of Gears of War 1 was co-op. The whole couch, local co-op all the way back then. It's something that we've kind of moved away from now. There's no local co-op with anything.
And we've also moved away from midnight releases, so maybe we're not on cloud nine anymore.
That hurts.
I miss and yet don't miss.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm 30 and like getting to my 30s. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning. I'm like, and I work so many hours. Like,
yeah, that's true.
The whole experience of Gears of War 3 for me was just incredible because I worked in retail at the time. So we were selling. I worked in game retail, and we sold it to everybody. Then we went home, we just played it, and it was I remember the one of the most we're playing it on Insane it was 5-player co-op, I think, in Gears 3 for some bizarre reason. He had 5 players, I think, and the whole squad was just playing it, and we were fighting Mirror on the back of that bloody bug and just shooting it down. And the Theron guards are coming. Just amazing. Just loved the whole thing. It was so much fun. And then obviously the multiplayer is just excellent. Just Gears is so great, isn't it? I think yeah.
Anybody else want to hop in horde mode like right now? Oh my god.
I don't think we got time. I would be down.
9,000 kills away from Seriously 1.0 on Ultimate Edition. I got work on that.
We're gonna get there tonight.
I think I've only met 2 people in my entire gaming who did those achievements. Hey, Dower, what do you think? You haven't budged in. Come on, give us what you thought of Gears.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to F-Bomb for some reason.
It's a Dower.
No, it's I love the trilogy, the original, the first 3 games. I'm a big campaign guy. I'm not a huge multiplayer player. I'm just like Halo is the only game where I play multiplayer. But besides that, I'm just not into multiplayer. Oh, maybe just the fighting games, by the way. So
yeah, he plays
Gears
a lot of
War,
fighties.
first fighting games are the best. Yeah. So Gears of War is just amazing, man. But first 3 games, I kind of just did not like 4 at all, to be honest. And 5 was solid. 5 was solid. But the first 3 are just like, especially Gears of War 2, especially when you go inside that big giant thing with Marcus and the other guy. I forgot what it's called. And then the way the one what's the girl's name? Anya, I believe.
Yeah.
When she was the Marcus, like, hey, we're calling this dude, and she's like, wait, are you really riding this big thing? I forgot the name of this animal or whatever that creature was, but that whole sequence was phenomenal. So my complaint, it's not complaint, I'm sorry. My only thing with Gears 4 and Gears 5 is it's just like why the gameplay did not elevate as much as I would wanted it to, like 4 and 5. Like it's pretty much, if you have played 1, 2, 3, the gameplay is pretty much the same in 4 and 5. It's not that different though.
Well, I think I think Gears 5, like I think Gears 5 is probably the most refined of it, obviously because it's evolved, isn't it? It feels the most like they've got really nailed, I think. And I know what you mean about the story. It's not for everyone. I love it all because I'm not wedded to. Like, it's not like the trilogy, so I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? I'll enjoy it for what it is, but I know why people don't like it in the same ways and stuff. But
I like 5. I don't like 4. I like 5.
No?
I really like. Yeah,
I
5
don't
is good.
remember
5.
4. I don't remember 4 at all, to be honest.
I think that's the
Never played
problem, though.
four?
It's just a bit forgettable, wasn't it?
I remember a lot about 4 because there was
remember
there was
Tomato
one moment where the whole series could have changed everything in that one alone. It was just, thank goodness it didn't happen. Just a main character
Marcus
was about
dying?
to. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he would. It would. Had I not played Gears 5 first, I would have not known that.
I love Gears
I
4.
like Gears
I
5.
really enjoyed it. I thought it was
It's
great.
I'm gonna have
good.
to go.
I
I'm
actually-
gonna have to go back and play it.
Personally, Marcus is one of my favorites, but Baird's my favorite in the whole series, followed by Kate and then Marcus. I really like Kate as a character.
She's
Hate it
great.
all.
I think it's really good. I mean, I love the Carmines, the whole saga of that.
Family of Carmines.
Yeah,
All the
I mean,
headshots.
Well,
yep.
E-Day, we should see the original brother, the one that.
oh yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh,
Yeah, the
But I
one.
didn't think about that.
Yeah, because the
But-
the oldest one, like from the lore, I think he dies within the first 2 years. So he won't die in that one unless they change like the comics.
But
So
I have
we
a
know
question for
that.
everybody right here. I have a question for everybody. What do you expect from the gameplay? Are you guys expecting some changes or no? Because I kind of want to see some changes with E-Day. A little bit. Like just to kind of move on from the same formula though. No? A little bit?
What really struck me is that they talked about like going back to the kind of I can't remember where I read it, but it was talking about like how they wanted the locust in that video to feel like a real like thing to overcome, to defeat, and I feel like each battle might be much more. I'd like to see it more like rather than like hordes of them all of the time. You might have those kind of big battles because you don't know how to fight them. And I really like the concept of like this is a big impending thing that we don't know what it is and how to fight it, sort of thing. And it's a much more insurmountable thing to try and overcome. And I like the idea of that survival action type thing going on.
yeah.
It's going to be interesting without the original Lancer because that doesn't actually get made until after a year into the war.
Ooh.
So
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? I've got to chime in on this part. I have a theory. I have a theory that there's going to be this moment in the game where it's like the Skyward Sword moment of picking up like the first Lancer. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be sick if that happens, but that would be phenomenal. I'm not
depends.
really fully knowledgeable on the whole Gears of War lore, so I mean,
I'll give you a little
that's
bit
where
about
I'm
the Lancer.
calling it
I
a
only
theory.
recently learned it. Marcus's dad's the one who invented it, and he invented it. Him and Ty actually invented it together.
Okay.
And I've already told people, don't expect Ty to be in Omega Squad. Ty was part of Zeta Squad.
Okay.
Yeah, there's already people saying we might get to see Ty as. No, he was part of Zeta from E-Day.
Yeah.
Like, and
Well,
the ROM Shadow DLC made that clear. So
okay.
I don't think I'm emotionally ready for Dom to go through trauma again because it's like he's gonna have his family kidnapped or whatever else, isn't it? And it's just like,
yeah, this one's supposed to be, from what they've released, it's supposed to be a little bit more dramatic story wise. Why him and Dom are so close.
Gotcha.
Not getting the spoilers they've already kind of said, but they just set it up that it involves one of Dom's family members. The reason they get so close.
Oh.
And
Okay.
but I think it's about time. We're all super excited for Gears of War, but who else is excited for Indiana Jones?
me.
Yep.
I am definitely yes.
Yep.
Who doesn't love throwing Nazis off cliffs and
Yeah.
and whipping them and punching them and machine gunning them and all that sort of stuff. Machine Games just excellent at it. Just love it.
Yeah.
It's like who is it who makes the Wolfenstein and
Machine Games.
India?
Machine Guns, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the same
it's like
team.
it's like they're like, hey,
same
we want to
guy.
give you, we want to hook you up with a big IP, and they're like, which ones can you kill Nazis? IP.
Yeah, I think they definitely captured the silliness of Indy in the trailer. Like Indiana Jones was, it's some pretty heavy topics, but they come at it with a bit of tongue in cheek, and I'm really excited for that side of it. Like I would be more than okay if it just played the same as like Wolfenstein. Like
Oh,
they do well at that first person shooter.
Mm.
Yeah. It looks fun. Looks
Yeah.
really fun.
Question for everyone. A lot of people were upset because it's going to be first person primarily. With third person, pretty much it's like climbing and stuff like that. You just drop out of camera. How's everybody feeling? Me, I'm fine with it. I didn't care if it was third or first.
No.
I
You go, Nathan.
no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say the reason for me for third person is like customer characters, customization. Like if we can customize Indy to wear some weird crazy helmets and stuff, like I don't want that. Like I don't need to see Indiana Jones. I know what he looks like. I know who he is. Unless it's going to be like some crazy stealthy stuff, it doesn't need to be third person. First person's going to be great.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Because what I was gonna say was stick to what you do best.
Absolutely.
When we were watching the oh shoot, what was it they did back in January? The closer look into Indiana Jones, they even pointed out the fact they're like, when you're wall climbing, when you're doing certain things, sorry about my kids being so loud.
You're fine.
When you're doing certain things, we're going to give you third person so that you can basically be reminded, hey, you're Indiana Jones. So this isn't lost on them that, we want you to know you are in fact playing Indiana Jones. We don't want you to just feel like you are Indiana Jones. We want you to remind you, hey, you are Indiana Jones. And it's like, with this type of game, it's like, what do we have to compare it to? We have to compare it to Uncharted, Lara Croft. Why make a copy and paste? Like, stick out from the rest. We've had this story before. We've had Lara Croft movies. We've had, just do what you do best at the end of the day, and I think you'll find success.
I'm sorry, One Heart Dragon. The name of the game is Tomb Raider, not Lara Croft.
Yeah, that's a good point. Sorry.
It's Tomb Raider, man. But you said Uncharted, and then you said Lara Croft. I'm like, wait, what? Say Nathan Drake and Lara Croft, and whatever.
Just so everybody's aware, Nathan Drake is from Tomb Raider,
Uncharted.
and Lara Croft is from Uncharted going forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a
It's set
different
in
Nathan.
stone.
I'm not
It's set in
Nathan Drake.
stone.
Yeah, and but I agree. I think that, you're gonna have the voice actor. Is it Troy Baker? Is it Troy Baker who's doing it?
Troy Baker.
Yep.
And he's
Always
doing
Troy
a really
Baker.
good job of it from what I've seen as well. And it just you'll know you're playing, and they found that more immersive to be in that first person. I'm not bothered at all by that. I think it's grand.
I would love to see an achievement for having to go and find your hat after a punch up,
Yes.
or like
there's probably going to be there's
at the
probably
end of the game, like making sure that you still have your hat at the end. That's what I want to see. That's all. That's all I care about.
Any thoughts, Dower? I know we've covered in our show in the past, but
Yeah, we have. I mean, I'm excited, but not like as excited as Eddie is, to be honest. But like,
Yeah.
it's I mean, I'm just glad that these games are all on Game Pass. So like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I'm want to play it because how beautiful this game looks and Troy Baker is in it. Whatever game Troy Baker is in it, pretty much a good game though. Like Last of Us, BioShock,
Agreed.
and so and he just did a recent one with Roger Craig. I forgot that name of that game, but it came out last year. It wasn't that good, I heard from people, but it's still a solid game. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna play it. Day one, I'm definitely gonna play it. But how excited I am I as excited for it as Perfect Dark? No, Perfect Dark is not a game.
speaking of games
you
that you're
think you'd be-
exposed. No, keep going. Finish
I
your-
was just going to ask Dower, do you think you'd be dropping, say, $50, $60, $70 on it if it wasn't coming to Game Pass?
Indiana Jones. No, I would wait. It's not that I'm
Same.
saying it's not my kind of. It's not. But it's gonna be a bad game. I'm not gonna like it at all. It's sometimes, man. I spend a lot of money on games that I
Yep.
thought I would like that might be
Mhm.
interesting, but it's just like then I end up not even playing them after 2 days or so. So it's just like I'm gonna wait. Then I'll just wait for a sale. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's always a good way. Be smart with your wallet. Now, speaking of things I know Dower's excited for, He's excited for Wu Chang Fallen
Oh yeah,
Feathers.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's my kind of game.
Yeah.
I mean, I would drop $100 for that game. To be honest, that's my kind of game. I'm a my if you guys don't know, my favorite game is the Shakiro Shadows Die Twice from Soft, like
Yeah.
the sword
My
fighting game.
guy.
Yeah, what happened?
I said, my guy.
Nice,
Sekiro is
yeah,
awesome.
nice. No, I mean, I honestly thought none of you would like that. I mean, when you guys were saying Mass Effect, or Dragon Age, or some Bioshock, I was like, does anyone like Shakiro or like
Oh,
The
no.
Witcher 3?
Love Sekiro. Platinum Elden Ring. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I'm a big Souls guy. I'm a big Souls guy.
But Elden Ring is different though. Like I mean, Sekiro is like one of those games where you feel the perfect sword fighting game. Like, and I just recently looked at Phantom Blade and Wuchang Fallen Feathers. It's just the gameplay, the movement, the swords, the sound of the swords. That just gets me. Especially when you deflect hits, I'm like, all right, man. The movement, I just cannot. That
Gotta love a
was
good parry.
that was the biggest surprise of the. I know it's a third-party game, but whatever. I don't care if it's first or third. I mean, whatever system it's on, I'm playing it.
Hey, it's coming to Game Pass, so you're gonna be able
Is
to
it?
enjoy
Is
it.
it?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Wow,
Yep.
wow, that's a good
Oh.
get. That's a good get, though. I mean, they really killed it with the show. But yeah, that's the game. That's probably my second favorite game from the presentation.
The combat looked incredible. It looked so fast. And
Smooth
from
butter.
what I saw, it almost looks like you can change weapon mid combo. Like
Saw that too.
like I don't know, at some point like he was doing something with a sword and then all of a sudden it was a hammer. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like so yeah, it looks great. I'll be playing that. Yeah.
Me, I'm a little different. Usually, I'm not into those games. Like I might try it through Game Pass, but I'm never
a
really
hater.
being a Souls person. Even though I got all the achievements for Elden Ring. Like
I'm terrible at them. I find them so hard.
it's not that I find them
yeah.
hard. It's just like I like to have a little bit of direction, and that's one of my things is like I like to explore, but I want to have a rough idea on where I'm going, and I'll explore places along my way.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
That's my
that.
biggest things with Souls. I mean, like the first time I played Dark Souls, I've said this on this podcast before. I took the key, the Thief's Key, so I could get through anything. So I like my first day in Dark Souls. Within an hour, I ended up in the Land of Drakes
Oh,
Oh,
because
yikes.
the key there's a gate that just takes you right in the Land of Drakes.
Yeah.
Now, see, that's the thing. Like, have you played Liza P?
No, I
Go
have
ahead.
not.
Yeah.
I
See,
love
I recently played that. Oh my gosh, such a phenomenal game. Like, and as far as Souls-like games go, you got Elden Ring, Liza P right under it for me. Like, granted, I've never played Bloodborne, so I don't know where that ranks for me.
Ooh.
But seriously, I love that game so much. But like my wife and brother-in-law were watching me beat the last secret boss of that game. Not going to spoil
Nameless
anything.
puppet. Oh,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, hey, it's nameless.
Nameless puppet. Oh my
Oh my
the
gosh.
thing is, the only reason I want to say his name is because I could not beat that dude. I had to give
Oh,
up my
no.
heart because he's
Kick
so
my ass.
hard.
Really?
Kick my
Yeah,
ass.
I was gonna just, oh my gosh, I couldn't even I literally couldn't even, and it was so horrible. And they watched me lose my mind. And what was so funny is like they're more like into soccer/football, and like so that's kind of more their thing, and they're watching me play this and lose my mind, get super angry, and then I finally beat them right in front of them. Thank God I had witnesses, because I like got up, I started cheering, doing a victory lap around the living room. I was so pumped, and my brother-in-law was like, "I've never seen somebody get so excited in my entire life over a video game." I was like, "Dude, you don't like until you experience the feeling of like being stuck on this boss that is impossible and beating him, that feeling of accomplishment you get is unlike anything else. There's nothing. And I understand why people don't like it, but it's like, oh man, my daughter, she played, I got her that Miraculous Ladybug game, and it's actually a little bit more for older kids. She's only 5, and she had her first boss fight. Took her an hour and a half to beat this boss. And she finally beat it. I was like, "Are you happy you got through that, or are you just happy that it's over?" And she's like, "No, I'm happy I got through that. I want to do it again." And I was like, "That's my girl. She's gonna be playing Souls game. I just know it."
Hey Jared, I
My
know we're probably short on time. Can I just quickly, since
Yeah,
she
keep
brought a
going.
beautiful story, Nathan, I want to chime because I have a similar story. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
It's with Shakiro basically. So I was scared to play that game because people were telling me I've seen videos people breaking their computers and stuff like that. But I just keep looking from a distance. I'm like, man, this game looks so good. It's just so beautiful. I want to play. I want to play it. Right? But people are telling me, dude, if you don't like Souls, Dark Souls, or like if you want to play easy games, I was a casual gamer at that point,
Yeah.
so I was like,
Mm.
yeah, all right, I'm gonna stay with it. Then it was on sale for $30. I'm like,
Yep.
so
Uh,
go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say F-Bomb just did a review for a game and it sounded so horrible, so hard. And I messaged him back. I'm like, is it weird that I kind of want to play this?
It took me 2.5 months to beat that game, but the night I beat that game, I think it was a Saturday night, all right, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning. I beat the final boss. It was a three-phase boss fight. I beat that game. I jumped up. I went upstairs. My video game set is in the basement. I went upstairs, woke my mom up. I told her, "Hey, I just beat Shakiro." And she's like, "What?" She's like, "What?" He's like, "I just beat Shakiro." And she's like, "Okay, go to bed." Or I'm 4:30 in the
You,
morning. This
she was
happened.
just like, you did what, Shakira? I don't understand.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "All right, well, good job, whatever. Go to bed now." I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's how
I
excited I was with Shakira. And that's why
Oh,
it's my favorite game of
I
all.
love that. I love that.
so cool. Yeah. Like I said, I find like Souls games extremely hard. I don't know what it is about them. I just can't get the timing right for the parries
Yeah.
and all the things. But I loved the Surge series. Both one and two were like the other Souls games that I could play and finished and did really well at. And yeah, I just the Surge was brilliant.
Play Jedi Survive.
have-
You could probably do those.
Yep. Yep.
I was
I'm actually
my,
playing the latest one now. I can't remember what it's called. Survivor?
my
Is it
tip.
Survivor?
I sorry, what?
Oh, the latest Jedi one. What's it called?
Survivor. Oh, that's
Survivor.
my game
Yeah,
of the year
I'm
from
playing.
last year.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
about an hour into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I think about that game all the time. It's
Good.
I think about it an unhealthy amount. And like when you love a game so much that like you just find yourself a year after playing it, you're just thinking about wall running and the traversal and 10 out of 10. It's an all-timer for me. It's in my top 10 of all time.
Hey, I think I'm gonna become One Heart Dragon's best friend, man. He's just like saying all the things that I want to say, pretty much.
Well, hey guys.
One quick thing, F-bomb, one quick thing. I'm sorry, final thing. I mean, the tip I would give for Souls games, or if you really want to like get into it, is you gotta accept you're gonna die 1,000 times. It's just you gotta accept.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe
accept you're gonna die
that's what it
1,000
is.
times,
It's like
and you'll
I
be
don't
fine.
like
And
dying,
you'll
so
be fine. You gotta accept that.
Okay, well, speaking of wall running that he just mentioned, did you all see the trailer for Perfect Dark?
Yes.
Yes.
Mirror's Edge / Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
yeah.
Good way to get the train back on the tracks. Love that.
The 11-year-old in me is very happy. I loved Perfect Dark on the N64. I loved all the sneaky
Yes.
and the gadgets and the tech, and it was just to see that. But then I love Mirror's Edge as well. So to see kind of like the parkour-y elements sneaking in, I was like, oh, yes, please. It looks so cool.
It does.
Yeah.
Any
yeah,
little
we all
details
put
anybody
down-
noticed? I noticed that. I don't think anybody picked up on it, but the gun she was using bullets past the walls.
I did see.
I
that.
did not notice that.
Yes.
Was it the
I
sniper?
didn't.
Well, gun
No, it
was
was
he
the
using?
pistol.
Yeah,
Pistol.
It was
and
like
and
a
when you
little
walk by,
pistol.
you can see how big the hole is from that pistol.
Yeah.
I
That's
have to watch
cool.
that again.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think this is going to be one of their biggest games, and
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, it has
Yeah,
a
well, I
chance.
think everyone's waiting for it. Like we got those. There was the Xbox 360 Perfect Dark.
Zero.
It was
Yeah,
it was fine. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It just was. But like we all put down GoldenEye to play Perfect Dark, and yeah, So like I think there's going to be a lot of people waiting.
Now, how many other people here watched the reveal for Splinter Cell Blacklist back in the day?
Oh man, that's so long ago. Man,
That-
I vaguely remember it. I haven't even played Black's List.
Oh, that game was very underrated. I hate that it did so poorly and that they shut off the server so quickly. Such a good game, but and I man, I'll just never forget watching that reveal for that game. And they're like showing you how to play through this mission. And he's like ducked down under cover and he jumps over the cover and he takes out like three guys in this slow motion. Like you tag them, jump over the thing, and then it like slow motion takes out everybody automatically. And I have yet to like that has left an itch that has been needing to get scratched for so long. Like no other game has done something like that. Please feel free to remind me in the comments section if there is another game that's like that. And if I haven't heard of it, I really want to play it because I cannot wait for Perfect Dark to do those executions that we were seeing in that trailer because that just looked so satisfying. I'm like, this is going to scratch that itch that has been itching for a decade at this point. And it's like, Ubisoft, where the fuck is Splinter Cell? Come on. Sorry,
I felt like
I'm
in that
passionate.
trailer that was like the whole pretty much the whole first mission. I think that was a smart move, and like even though you could tell they cut it in places and stuff, but I feel like it was. And I'm willing to bet there are takedowns, like either execution or unconscious takedowns. So it looks like it's gonna be it's gonna be there. Anybody else got any thoughts on it?
I'm just hoping they keep the stealthy elements. I hope there's still like the whole you could play the whole game without being seen sort of thing because the tech lends itself to that. You're meant to be like cut dark ops at you, and I just love the hope that stays there because I'm a big fan of that.
So you said you were a big fan of Dishonored, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the big achievements you get in Dishonored, right? For like being sneaky all the time, right?
The whole game
No
without
enemies.
being seen, never killing anyone. Yeah.
I got that one, and that was hard.
Yeah.
Like especially the one
But
mission
that's
where
the
you
satisfying
literally
one.
have to assassinate someone, and you have to like do everything in the mission in order to get to where he can get killed.
Yeah. Fraser, you remember me talking about this last week on our podcast? Yeah. This is kicking my PTSD in right now, all right? Because I did the whole thing. I did the damn thing, and the achievement didn't pop. It glitched. So I'm sitting over here just like, please, God, no, don't put that achievement in Perfect Dark. Or if you do, just make sure it fucking works.
It did glitch for me, but I loaded it up like a year later, and then it popped the second I stuck the game in.
Oh, you
Oh
must
my
try
gosh.
that, Nathan. Do it.
I think I might actually seriously do that because it haunts me. It haunts me as much as Sekiro being unfinished, still installed on my Xbox. I can't get past that final boss.
Or maybe I loaded
Really?
maybe I loaded the ending of it, but it popped right when I loaded it back up because I wanted to play through it and do the teleportation where you only use the achievement.
Oh yeah, the blink only one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, that games are good.
But speaking of games, anything else that we really enjoyed?
Other games you're talking about?
Speak up.
No, for Perfect. Like you already know, Jared. Like I mean, since the show started, I've been talking about Perfect Dark.
And
It's just not just because-
Everwild.
And Everwild too. Yeah. I mean, Everwild for a different reason, by the way. But Perfect Dark is just because the team behind it, mainly the initiative. I'm like, man, that's an all-star team right there. And since they showed the game the first time during the Game Awards 21, I believe. So yeah, that presentation I was like, wow, it looks so good. It looks like one of those games that could be one of the best Xbox games of all time. It's just looking like that, and especially when I found out about the team, Dal Gallagher and all that. I'm like, man, I cannot wait. Whenever it comes out, and people were kind of became skeptic about it after the news, the not so good news, Drew Murray leaving, Crystal Dynamics jumping in the last minute to help us out. People were like, man, we don't know where Perfect Dark is, if it's gonna even come out. I
They
was
have
worried
only
too.
like
I'm not gonna
25
lie.
staff members. They would not have been able to make make a game that this size. They were always going to outsource
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I was worried too, but I was still optimistic. And Jared just 2 3 weeks before the showcase asked me, "What do you want to see?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely Perfect Dark."
And
I was like,
Everwild.
"We're not gonna."
For the last
Yeah.
5 podcasts, he has mentioned
We'll talk about
Everwild.
Everwild later, guys. I'm kind of mad about Everwild. I'll talk about it later.
Oh
So
no.
once like yeah, I'll tell you why though. Because for Perfect Dark, man, it's just like I want to see the gameplay, and they showed me the gameplay, and it just delivered for me. It just did pick that out of the park. They definitely did. I'm like, man, I cannot wait for this game. Whenever, even if it's coming out 26, I'll wait patiently. But when it comes out, I know what I'll be playing 26 the most.
Yep.
So yeah.
All
Unless
right.
they release Witcher 4 that year too, so that's a
Yeah.
different thing.
Well, since I know somebody here likes Mass Effect, he'll probably like the next game, Dragon Age Vanguard.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I honestly thought his favorite game would be Dragon Age because of his name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up there. See, you know, I want you all to recollect back to the moment where I was trying to think back to what my spicy second game would be, and the games running through my head were Dragon Age, they were The Witcher, they were and yeah, so trust me, I did have a hard time, and it's just funny because Adam was asking me on our podcast right before we started this one. He was like, tell me a bit about Dragon Age. And I just wouldn't shut up about it, man. Oh my gosh. I am so excited for this new Dragon Age game. I think, you know, them going for this new God of War-esque revamp is such a great idea. It's what they need. I'm definitely more on the hot take side of things, apparently, as to how people feel about it, the direction it's going. Um, and I just realized my son's messing around. But yeah, I'm beyond stoked for this game. Trying to think of what else I could say about it. Like,
This
I
is
got
my biggest game of the
100
year,
things
too.
that go through my mind when I think about Dragon Age and how excited I am for this upcoming game. I'm ready to go home. You know,
I'm ready for my
been
nightmare run.
a decade. Yeah, ready for that nightmare run. Bring me back. Oh my gosh, you unlocked a memory for me. Dragon Age 1, the DLC, there was this boss in that. All right, like talk about Souls-like battles. And there was this it was like this mother, oh, I can't think of the boss's name, but it was like this spider mother queen thing in this cave, and I was stuck on that boss for like
Oh,
it
you
was
mean
4 hours,
Dragon Age
5
Awakening?
hours.
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
I thought you were talking about the really hard one from the little 2 hour one with
I know.
the corpse creature getting the achievement for beating it on Nightmare.
See, that one did not have that hard of a time with, but it was that Spider Queen boss from the Awakening that I just, oh my gosh, 4 hours. The only other boss, well, I'm not even including Sekiro, but like the only other boss that I have been stuck on for that long is the only other boss that I've been stuck on for that long was Ori and help me out here, Dwyer,
Will of
from
the
Dark
Wisp or
Souls
Blind
1.
Forest?
Uh-oh.
There's 2 Ori games: Will of the Wisp or Blind Forest.
No. From Dark
Talking
Souls
about
1.
that game.
Oh, Dark Souls.
It's where you fight 2 people at the same time. It's Ori and something.
Smog and Ornstein.
Yes, Smog and Ornstein. That's why I was thinking had Ori in my mind. But yeah, that boss fight took me about 6 hours, I think. So, excuse me.
You're good. You're good. Anybody else excited? I am super excited. I 100% all the Dragon Ages. I just looked to see if the website Dragon Age Keep is still active. It's still active. So they plan on letting you port your character forwards. So I'm super excited for that. Like, your choices. So
Yeah.
I'm
I've
thinking
never played a Dragon Age game.
I myself am
Same
thinking,
here. Same
Oh,
here.
you need if you're not a turn-based person, for the older ones, I wouldn't play with it.
I like turn-based. I just never got around to them. Never.
Oh, you've
Inquisition,
got
is
to.
that
They're
turn-based?
in Game Pass. You don't have to buy them. Just go.
Well, I know. It's just that backlog is.
Oh, it's big, mate. It is
It's
big.
on the list.
Well,
It's on the list.
honestly, I would just unless you want some challenge, probably just jump straight into Inquisition. That'll give you an idea of how the next one's going to be. Because the first two, yes, they have story elements from the previous one, but this one is a continuation of that one.
Right.
So,
There's just too many games to play, guys.
There is.
yeah, the next couple of years are going to be insane. Like I'm excited for Exhibition 33. Speaking of another,
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it's
looks
so
good.
good.
That was
It
a
is-
surprise too.
it
Good
is
surprise.
looks like Dark Souls turn based.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it's really just the theme, like that dark, like you know the Dark Soul style.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like really
I
grim.
thought it
And
was
just,
more like
yeah.
Devil May Cry style. That's what I thought. I'm sorry, Apple. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, you go. You go. I mean, you've been quiet for a while. So it's your turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, it looks the combat, right? Do you remember a game way back called Legends of Dragoon?
Yes,
It was kind of
Way
like
back. Yes,
it was like massive RPG style, but the battles were almost like a Mortal Kombat kind of. You're putting in combos, and you're like just kind of like that, as opposed to like selecting a certain attack. You could be like up, down, left, right, circle, and he would do a different attack, and it kind of the combat in this Expedition 33 like almost looks like that, like turn based, but combos.
yeah, and time and
Dodges and parries,
times
right?
like
You can
similar
do
to
that.
Lost Odyssey. I like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And it looks that was one I knew nothing about. That was new to me. I had never seen.
That was a world
or heard
premiere. No one knew
anything.
anything
Yeah.
about it.
There we go.
That was
There we
world-
go.
And it's coming to Game Pass. Just a reminder on that.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, fantastic.
I mean, I
No, it
would
looks
buy
great.
it. I will buy
it
it.
looks
day one.
looks brilliant.
Yeah. It's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be challenging, and I'm excited to play a good turn base. Right now on my list of games that I'm kind of playing, I haven't touched it, is Persona Reloaded, which is turn based. I just really haven't. I played the first hour of it, but same time I've been playing Far Cry 6. So
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Dower hates
I
Far
find
Cry
it's been-
6.
He still needs to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, by the way. He started that back in February. Like,
Well, I got halfway through it. It's a bloat goat. It is a bloated game. It is.
in order
Oh, yeah.
in order to beat that game, you gotta play. You can't be playing Far Cry 6, Fortnite, whatever, Call of Duty. Go focus on that game and finish it.
I got
Yeah.
like 3 chapters left. I'll eventually, when I get the craving, I'll go back to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. We'll
I
have the
find
third
with
game by
those-
We're talking about Exhibition 33 and RPGs since we're on that.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I got a new coffee table, and my son decided he was going to venture into it. He got stuck, and he was freaking out, and I just hear him screaming. And yeah, he needed some calming down. He was pretty distraught. Expedition 33 looks amazing. I didn't really see too much about it, so I can't commentate too much, but it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Just watch it
get-
right now. Go there.
I
Go
find
there.
that
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Speaking
I
of,
will.
speaking of RPGs,
Like-
what do y'all think of Fable?
Yeah. It looks
I'm
so
here.
good.
I'm ready. I'm ready
Yeah.
for it. Yep.
Way too
My
long.
playground. My playground. So
I don't know if you ever watched Peep Show, the UK version of Peep Show, but the fact that Super Hands from Peep Show was the guy that was the hero, that guy doing the bit, I was just like, it was amazing. Very much for me in Britain, it was like, yes, I know that guy's my guy.
nice.
It
I'm
looked
interested
amazing
to
as well.
see
Like,
what
Go on,
they
sorry.
do with the non-combat stuff of Fable, because Fable, it's all about the story of venturing out to become this hero, and your interactions with random people. Like how are they going to do that? That's what I'm
Yeah.
excited about. Like the combat looks fine. The combat looks great. It looks good.
I
But yeah,
can't wait to
the
talk
other-
about either.
The other stuff with Fable is what I'm interested in.
I can't wait to
Can
see
you
what
still
they
kick
do.
chickens?
Just
Are
thinking.
you
Yes.
gonna be the chicken chaser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you still
gotta
do
be,
that?
right? You gotta
There
be.
better be chicken-related achievements involved in this game. Oh my gosh, Fable is another game that I have such fond memories of. It's funny because I've talked about getting the original Xbox, and getting the Xbox 360 is like, I kept tugging at my mom and dad and being like, you guys gotta get me a 360. You gotta get me a 360. I was like, look, Fable 2's out. It's just waiting for me. It's right there on the other side of I just wanted it so bad. And, absolutely heartbroken when they canceled and Lionhead shut down. And to actually get to this point where we see Turn 10 of all studios
I mean,
make this
Playground.
game. And
Playground.
Playground. My bad.
They're using the Turn
Playground.
10 engine, which is
Yes, because that's what was crazy to me is like when we saw that gameplay, we saw just how gorgeous this game is going to be. I don't know why. It's like I was still surprised. I expected it to be good. I was still surprised by just how good it looks. Again, talk about another game franchise where we're going to be looking at it from 10 years from now and be like, yeah, it still holds up. It's still good. I mean, I am so beyond excited for this as well. I can imagine like Dwyer's equally excited just based off of like, loving The Witcher so much. I'm curious if like they're gonna do it seems like they might go with the dramatic, like you got a halo over your head or devil horns or whatever. Like it's funny because I'm sure kids nowadays probably are so used to games like Baldur's Gate and like, the idea of good and wrong decisions aren't as exciting as they were when Fable 1 first came out. Because when Fable 1 first came out, it's like just the idea that you could be actually evil in a game was fascinating. And to the point where you actually grow literal devil horns. So will they bring that? Can they, how do I put this? Can they uphold that specialness of good and evil into a world where decision making is such a common structure in a game nowadays? You know what I mean? Does any of that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Absolutely.
I'd like the idea that they could build on that, like, so rather than just being the devil horns and the tail or whatever else, like you could even have the environment like black earth around you and like a clouds following you around, like just a much because they've got the vector, like there's much more impact around the world, so it's more of like an aura that follows you around as well, just like to really evolve it. Like what they could do with it would be really cool.
Do we know if we play as that female character? Like, is that who we are? Or is that just a model that they've chosen?
There's the gameplay that you see walking through the town, and it's her, isn't it? And she talks to one of the characters.
If they stick with like the traditional Fable, you pick a little boy or a little girl. So essentially, it's probably her. Or
because we haven't seen the little boy. Well, we haven't seen the man yet, have we?
Yeah. Well, if you go back, they never showed the woman in the old ones. So I think it's just a fair trade. Just this time they're just doing a woman hero.
Yeah, because I remember, I think it was 3. I made like a super big. I just ate all the food, and I had horns and I had flies following me around, and like people don't want to talk to you because you're stinky. It was so much fun, so much fun.
That was a good game. I like 3. 2 still better, but I like 3, and I like 3 better than 1. And people will usually.
I don't remember 1. I do plan on going back to play 1.
Fable Anniversary.
It's Anniversary is great. Yeah, I am traumatized by 3 though, because there was one achievement I didn't get, and it was right at the end where you had to have all the gold, and I didn't, because it didn't give you a prompt of when you were going to stop being able to make decisions, and I went past the threshold and then bank all my money.
I got smart when I bought up all the houses, and what I did was I didn't raise rent. I just left my game system on during the night.
Ah, yes, that's
just
like get all the cash.
It just kept giving me money. Speaking of night, what does everyone think of South Midnight?
Oh, I'm so excited for that. That is a lovely segue, by the way.
Hey, we gotta go.
He does that all the time. It's something new, man. Come on, man. You get used to it. You'll be like, man, this is boring. Oh, never mind.
I love the style of it. I love the whole setting, the vibe, almost like stop motion cinematic almost vibe to it, and it just looked really cool. Something different.
Oh yeah, art, and the gameplay too. I was
Yeah.
surprised by the gameplay. I was not expecting to see gameplay. I was expecting to see some more cutscenes, but when they transitioned to the gameplay, I'm like, wow, okay, this is all right. It's out of
Yeah.
Midnight Soul right away. And it was
Did
early in the
anybody
show when they
else?
showed it.
Did anybody else think of Recore when you saw this game?
No, not really. I mean,
No,
Recore is different.
I didn't
like
think of
Recore
Recore.
too,
I
by
like
the way.
Recore. I need to go back and play the DLC, the free DLC that came out years ago. Like literally, it just they added like more to the game, and I just never went back to do it.
Now he
I
brought
don't
up
remember.
Recore.
I
I
don't
want to
remember
talk about
South of
Recore
Midnight.
now.
It was the
Seriously,
one with the
the
big
reason why I
giant
talk about
fish that he was talking to.
That's how the mid. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and you're on the back of it, and then you have to get off, and the
Gator.
what is it? A giant crocodile that eats the church.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that the one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked really interesting.
Right.
The animation style was great.
Yeah.
I didn't
Really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that
absolutely.
was, and it was stop motion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was made
Yeah.
to look like.
Well-
I have a weird feeling though that it's going to be able to be turned off if you want a smooth even cutscene. Because I've noticed a lot of people when I was watching those streams, they said they did not like the stop moment phrase. The gameplay itself was fine, but it was jarring even with cutscenes. But
Yeah.
it's your standard movie, 24 frames, which it's fine. I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. But I understand people who've got to have their frames like Dower.
Are these people not watching Wallace and Gromit? I mean, like it's one of the best things on ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want my frames though.
And I like the humor. I liked like if you pay attention, little things with that trailer. I noticed is like when she goes into flying, there's just a random cow sitting on a roof.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I missed that too.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love stuff like that though.
like when I watch trailers and stuff, I tend to pick up things people don't like the first time and miss what's actually going on.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Are
Why
you
is there a
somebody
cow
that
on
like
the
goes through? Are you somebody who goes through like Kojima trailers and tries to find all the hidden clues and stuff?
No, I don't really play Kojima games. I'm excited.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Kojima, I am excited for Metal Gear Solid Delta. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
jump
Yeah.
on that
looks
since
amazing.
since you kind of segue it for us.
Yeah, that looks amazing. And we, again, something else we just talked about was the fact I'd never touched a Metal Gear game. Well, I lied. I did play 5. Very lost. Have no idea what fucking happened in that game, but I still had a good time playing it. I'm excited to play the third one. I thought about picking up the trilogy that they remastered this past year, just to prepare for this. But yeah, it looks phenomenal. I'm a big stealth fan. If you haven't been able to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Actually, I've beaten 3 and 4. Even though I have 5, I got it through Xbox Gold, so I have 5. I just have not touched it. But yes, I beat 4, and yes, the last cutscene is 2 hours long. Like I was 16.
What?
Can you
Like
skip it?
like I was 16, beat the game, and I'm still like I beat it about midnight. It was about 3:00 by the time I got through all the ending cutscene.
Can you imagine back in that day where you just like accidentally press a button halfway through the cutscene and it's just gone?
No, well, I'll say this: that game you couldn't skip cutscenes.
Could you pause it at least?
Yes, you could pause them.
Okay, well at least there's that.
Gotta take
I
a break.
guess.
That pause, that cutscene,
Oh.
right?
And really, all the cutscene is just 2 old guys having a conversation with
Wow.
dramatic camera and
Amazing.
music.
Yeah.
That's that whole cutscene. It's ridiculous. Like it's also, if you're familiar with, it's Snake having a conversation with Snake. If you know a little bit
Yeah.
of what Snake is, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Madness.
Antagonist.
I never played 3.
No, I haven't
know,
either.
Like a lot of people think it's some people, to them, it's the best one. I love 5, and I love just attaching a balloon to a cow and launching it to the base. It was crazy that I can't remember the name of the balloon system thing, but it was so much fun. But like Twin Snakes on the GameCube is still one of my favorite versions of a Metal Gear. It's still super fun, but I'm really excited to try 3 in this remake, though. Definitely.
Yeah, same.
Are you
I'm
going to
gonna
try it
take a
down?
moment. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a moment. This podcast has been amazing so far because we've talked about
Oh, I've
Legend of
loved it.
Dragoon, we talked about Recore, we talked about freaking GameCube out of nowhere. So this has been a great podcast, man. You're all over the place, man. Like,
Hey, these are the best podcasts in my opinion.
yeah, absolutely.
I like I said, I'm super excited to revisit 3. And little information, if anybody hasn't heard, you can play it classic style over the head, or the new over the shoulder.
Nice.
So
I like that. Yeah.
What will you be going for? Are you going to be switching in between? Are you going to be?
I'll probably
Yeah, I
I
reckon.
will probably play over the shoulder because I like over shoulder better than top down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're updating it, and it's it is definitely super exciting. Probably the last on my list of the bigger ones from the show I'm gonna jump to. Everyone excited for State of Decay 3? 2 is one of my favorite.
You said that's the one only big game left from that show?
Well, for me, I know you've
for
got
you,
one more.
for
I'm
you,
going to
for
mention
you.
it too.
For you.
Yeah, because it's the most recent. It's the one coming out the soonest.
No. I'm talking about an Xbox first party game, but whatever. Let's
Oh,
go.
Xbox. Well, yeah, that one would be the last one outside Flight Simulator, but I don't know any of us
Oh my
aviator
God,
people
are
in
you
here.
serious?
Yeah.
What about Doom the Dark Ages? We really kind of
Oh yeah, I forgot about Doom. I missed that one.
What else?
Come on, man.
I missed Doom. I missed Doom. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll talk about
The test
Doom.
and you fucking
We'll
failed.
We'll talk about Doom.
Hold on,
We'll talk
hold on,
about
hold
Doom.
on. He
thought you were
mentioned
gaslighting
flight.
him,
He mentioned Flight Sim before Doom the Dark Ages. I'm like, are you serious right now? No.
Excellent.
Well,
Okay,
we were
okay.
having a great podcast until that.
Oh, I ruined it. I ruined it.
ruined it.
Okay, let's go to Doom: The Dark Ages. Then we'll do State of
No,
Decay.
he wants to talk about State of Decay.
Hey, I love State of Decay. That's one of my most excited ones because I love
That's
Doom.
awesome.
I've probably spent close to 2,000 hours in State of Decay 2. I've beaten it so many times.
Wow.
I just and they keep updating every time I get on. There's something new. Like
That's cool.
yeah,
Props to him for that.
so
Yeah.
there's always
And
something to
Deadlock,
do. And I always tell people if you want a game that's kind of chill but yet still challenging, just play State of Decay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's just management and it's chill. But I talked about my State of Decay. I'm happy. Let's talk about Doom Dark Ages, which I am super excited for. I just totally missed it on my list. And it was the second
I
game.
apologize. I've played the first one and then I barely touched the second one, and it just wasn't for me. I like a good zombie survival horror game, but I just something about State of Decay never really spoke to me. I feel like F-Bomb, wouldn't you kind of like State of Decay, or
Yep.
is that something?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't put massive time into it, but I really did enjoy it. I played it when it came out, and I put like I said, a good amount of time into it, but I haven't picked it up since. I know there's a whole bunch of updates and DLCs.
There's actually a literal story mode in 2. Like a literal like.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's got a full story, like, and it's a set certain of survivors, and like you take control of them. There's no unique ones like in the normal game, but it's and it takes you back to where the first one took place.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
So I
okay.
remember I had a bunch of friends and we all played it, but only the host was the one who got progress.
I fucking hate it when games do that.
And so like we played it a bit, but we'd take turns at being the host, and then it just fizzled out. But yeah,
I was a
definitely
solo
load
guy.
that back.
I was solo. I just always played
Yeah.
solo. I just preferred that. But yeah, if you want to, it's actually a really good story. It's called Heartland.
Okay.
It just literally takes place, but it is hard. Like
cool.
it
I'm
is.
in.
Yeah, it is very hard. because
I'll
one
bump that
is
to the top of the list.
yeah.
There's a few that I'm playing, few little weird games that I'm playing at the moment that I'm almost at the end of. So I think I will. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, Doom Dark Ages. Because I forgot
Oh.
about it, and Dower's not going to let me live it down. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
Can't
who
believe
here's a Doom fan? I enjoyed.
Ah.
I didn't enjoy 16, but I did enjoy Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
I'm one of the
Didn't
weirds.
enjoy it. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I had a chance to
just
play the more recent Dooms. I mean, look, they look ace, and they're definitely my vibe. First person shooter with heavy metal, yes, please.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the new one looks amazing. Skull in the thing, fire,
Oh,
yeah.
fractured skulls at people, chainswords, all that sort of stuff.
It
Yeah,
looks.
it just
looks really exciting. Dower, are you going to play it?
I mentioned this before. I'm like the Doom franchise itself was never a thing for me. Like I just because of the speed, the motion sickness, it just like gets to me, right? I just can't get into it. I mean, it's just I want to like turn it off after an hour. But Doom 2016 was the one that I beat because there was a part in the game and the music just got so good. I was like,
Oh my gosh,
okay,
yes.
I'm just gonna play this game just for the music right there. And
Yeah.
I just beat it. Doom Eternal, it's just the music that never came. I mean, it has good music, but it's not as good as Doom 2016. I think Doom 2016 has better music. I still need to finish that. But Doom the Dark Ages, it's the setting of that game, right? I mean, what is that? When I saw it, I'm like, this is Doom? This looks so much better than the last two right there with the presentation so far. I'm like, okay, and then the saw shield and then the skulls coming out of your guns, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be.
Yeah.
I need to go back to Doom Eternal and finish, and then I'll be like, all right, I'll definitely play this. This is looking so good. Good
Yeah, somehow
start.
they've just
What a
made
way
it.
to start the show, man, right? What a
Oh,
way to
yeah.
start the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
excited for it. Like I said, just a little from this takes place. Apparently, Doom guy is kind of like an immortal. So, but he forgets his memory, and so things happen before he becomes Doom guy again. So,
Mm.
so Dark Ages is when he was the champion of the gods.
All right.
So that
Yep.
So that's
Okay.
and what get ironically, if you want to know the little bit of backstory, what makes Doom Guy again is someone kills his puppy. He literally John Wakes it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I thought it was
That's
a rabbit,
cool.
though.
Yeah.
No, kitten. It was
So
a
he
kitten.
goes on a
Killed his kitten.
rampage through hell to.
Yep.
Kills his
That's
kitten.
so good. Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
no, the music just somehow it's more metal than the last one. Like I don't know. I'm excited.
Yep.
And it's not Mick Gordon this time, right? It's somebody else, I
Oh,
believe.
I'm not sure.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
sure.
Mick Gordon got upset or something.
Yeah.
Said somebody.
Yeah,
Alright.
Doom, I love what they did with the franchise as far as the revamp they did with the Doom 2016 and going into Doom Eternal. It's like that was everybody was out here playing Animal Crossing during COVID lockdown, and I was literally locked down. I was locked in a room trying to stay away from my wife and kids, and because my daughter was only like a couple months old at that point. So I like sectioned off the house and I was on one side of the house for that whole entire time just playing Doom Eternal. And I mean, thank God for Doom Eternal during such a crappy time. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait to see how it feels to use a skull shotgun and that Captain America Death Saw shield looks amazing. I can't wait to be wielding that thing and serve up some justice, some demons.
It is gonna be a good game.
It's got to be better than Flight Sim, by the way. Just saying.
I also did forget another first party game, Diablo. Anybody playing the expansion?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Big Diablo guy.
I'm in the midst of deciding whether I want to. I've got a friend who is playing it at the moment, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it. So
I'll squad up with you.
Yeah, beautiful. I've reinstalled it. I think
I got to level 30 and stopped.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I just got like a little bored of it. I bought it because my friend wanted to play it, and I knew I wouldn't like it because I don't really like those kind of games. I don't like top down, and that's just me. Like, hey, more power to you if you love Diablo and everything. It's just not for me. Like, I find them very boring because,
Fair.
Yeah.
and
Yep, that's
it's
fair.
probably just the what's the term, that where you just keep doing the same thing over, and it's not that it's repetitive, but
Grindy.
it's too grindy.
Click, click,
Yeah.
potion,
Very
click,
grindy.
click, another potion.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, I'm.
There's
But it
another-
looks.
And
if
yeah,
you're
I
talking
play
DLC,
Call of
there's
Duty, which
another-
is like one of the most repetitive games on the planet. So
If you're talking DLCs, there's another first party game then Starfield, Shattered Space.
Oh
yep,
yeah.
Shattered
What's the
Space.
vibe check on Starfield?
I'm gonna play it. I got all the achievements for Starfield, and I've enjoyed it. I've been thinking about playing through it again because every time you beat it, it takes you to another world or another universe, and there's ones where you can meet yourself,
Ooh.
and
fun.
Okay.
and
Yeah.
there's ones where
Sounds
I've seen
dirty.
one where like the guy beat it 27 times. He came to this world and everybody's children except him.
What? Ooh.
Oh, that's mad.
What?
I
Yeah.
love that.
Like
That's
they're all
whack.
Yeah.
they're like all literal children. Just look it up, like Starfield
Huh.
Children Universe.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
So
'Cause, yeah, I really enjoyed my time with Starfield. I will say I didn't finish it. I got hooked into the outpost building, and
Yes, me
I
too.
was just building outposts and trying to connect them up and trying to make that all work. And then it was like, oh, that's right. There's an actual game with this as well. and I just I do intend on finishing it, but when? Maybe this is the perfect time.
How many hours did you put into it?
Maybe 100.
Yeah, I see. I put about
Maybe.
140, 150 hours, and I
Yeah.
was the exact same way. I got super into the base building. I got so lost in that and hooking up the different bases, and I was playing it at the same time as my brother-in-law, and we were like talking about, hey, if you go to this planet, you'll get this resource, and so we were like both communicating where and setting up very similar bases at the same time, and it was just crazy because it was like during this point where it's like I'm juggling Mortal Kombat 1, I am juggling Starfield, Liza P dropped at the same time. There was so many games during that time period and you could not juggle them all, and I eventually just had to be like, okay, I gotta step away from this for a minute, and I was starting to get a little burnout. I was like, I'll come back to it later for Constellation, and I will say I am definitely going to give it a shot, see if I can't get back into it for Constellation, because all the add-ons and everything they're doing with the game sounds awesome. I haven't played it with the new update yet. I just haven't had the time, but
And they've
I'm
got
definitely very interested.
creation kit's been added,
Yes.
so there's going to be mods and stuff as well.
yeah,
It's
well,
like-
it's
What a
already
great
added.
surprise
It
drop.
was added that night. So
Yep,
Oh,
what
there
a
you go.
great surprise drop.
Yeah.
I probably didn't put 100 in. I think I got 90 hours, but I did get all the achievements.
Yeah,
Impressive
nice.
that you got all the achievements in 90 hours.
Yeah.
Because it took, like, I hit level 100, but that was like grinding the level thing, and even at
I
that,
used
it was
used
still
the
tough.
base building trick.
Yep, same.
And I did it on
I
PC,
don't know
so it
what
was
the space
faster.
building trick is.
So, and I did it on PC, so all it was just me just literally just clicking my mouse, and
Yep.
I was done in about 2 hours.
Same.
Like
I
don't mind
downloaded
that
the
kinda-
game from PC just to do that.
Yep, but yeah. So, yes, I am a big achievement whore, and that's why I canceled my pre-order for Elden Ring. No achievements.
I love how we're all here for, we're all here and we just happen to all be achievement whores. It's great.
Yeah.
Dower's
I'm
not.
not.
Cast.
No, wait, no,
I'm
Dower's
not.
not.
I'm
Dower's not an achievement.
Oh,
whore.
man. No. I mean, I like the rare achievement sound. That's it. That's
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That
But
sounds
other than
good.
that,
Yeah.
man, it takes a lot away from gaming sometimes, man. Like sometimes some games are hard. So like Witcher 3, it's my favorite game of all time, but I cannot 100% that game because you need to
Same.
beat that game at the hardest difficulty, and it gets hard at times. I'm like, I can't. So
I actually did that. I actually did beat it on the hardest difficulty. I gave up at one point, but I played that game 3 times. And it was the third time that I was like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to get it this time. And I did. It's all the other, like, do all the side quests and tedious, long, drawn out tasks that I never got around to.
props to you, man. But it's just too much.
Well,
for
thank
me.
you.
Especially there's a lot of games to play. I'm just not gonna bother with the achievement.
Yeah.
Speaking of a lot of games, anybody gonna be playing Stalker 2?
I will
I'm
be.
definitely gonna dip my
Yep.
toes. Yeah.
Yep. And it
Yep.
comes to
I
Game
haven't
Pass, so
played-
there's no risk not to.
I haven't played the others. I bought them and they're just sitting in my pile of shame. And I think that I'm not going to play them until I've played this. I'll play this. It just looks like Metro. Like the feeling of it is
Well,
just.
it's from
this-
the original Metro team, from the
Oh,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Hey.
like half of them broke off and formed this studio.
yeah. Well, it looks gorgeous. I'm super excited about it. Like I say, I haven't played the Stalkers, so I don't exactly know what the whole deal of it is. But I know there's some sort of supernatural something. I'm in. I'm there.
Well, I'm glad.
I hate to I gotta chime in here because I'm gonna be late for work, so I gotta get off. Dwyer, it was great meeting you. Thank you guys so much for having me on. Sorry, I gotta jump off like
you're
this.
good. You're good. You're good.
I'm gonna jump off too now.
Oh yeah, he's
Right?
leaving. Yeah. You're leaving. Fine, Dower. Fine.
No, I'll stick around for Assassin's Creed, but then I'll go.
Oh, damn it! You guys had to wait to talk about Assassin's Creed until I left. All right.
Sorry,
Maybe-
Nathan. Bye.
Hey. It's
Bye.
okay. It's okay.
Thanks so much for having me. Good talking to y'all.
Catch you later.
Likewise, man.
See you, mate.
Oh, my whole screen's messed up. Nah, don't worry about it. It'll just be a little bit weird. We're
I
all
look
just
better
like
now.
super zoomed now. But it's fine because there's not much left. There's not many games left. But we were
Shadows. That's it.
well, we're going to be doing here. Let me explain ours since you two. He knows about it. But what we are big thing about is we're called Inside Game Chat, and what we do is we take dives into games and we talk about them. And we try. It's been news crazy this last 2 months, so we haven't been able to really do one of our episodes. But on our list is an Assassin's Creed episode, so we could talk about Shadow when we do that episode.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, and we can
that's
have
fine.
these guys with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a big Assassin's.
Gotcha. There's a quick thing. There was another game too. I don't know. So didn't pay attention to it. So I don't know if any of you watched or read about it. Atomfall.
Yes.
So what is that?
Really excited for it. It's by the guys who do Sniper Elite and Zombie Army, and it's set in Britain in the late 50s. And basically
That's why you
some
like
sort-
it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, ready for it. You know, get me Beatles, the Gregs, you know, all that sort of stuff. And there's some sort of nuclear disaster, like an atomic plant, and it's based off a real event that happened in 1957. A disaster that happened up in the north, and it's the same plant, but then they take it another way, and then it's set 5 years after this disaster, and you turn up and you're trying to uncover the mystery of what's gone on. And there's like weird goings on. People are hostile to you. These cults and camps have formed. So you have to try and make friends and figure out what's going on. And your actions have an impact of how they react to you, but also what happens at the end of the game. But then there's like, you start going underground to these bunkers that have been set up by the Vault Tech-like organization that was running the show, sort of thing. And this is like this blue glowy zombie type things going on, and it's like this. So you're just kind of exploring this world that's gone on. So it's like a mini contained like Fallout style thing. It's not the full on apocalypse. It's just what's happened in Lake District up road, rather than the whole world's done. But yeah, it seems really interesting what they've got, and you've got like melee combat and guns, and they've got these big mechs walking around that have like very Wolfenstein feel to them that you have to tackle on and stuff like that. So there's a lot of intrigue and stuff to uncover. It seems really fun. So I'm looking
all
Oh,
that
forward to
in
that.
that trailer, really?
Yeah, they did like a deep dive on Xbox Wire afterwards, so they went into a bit more detail after that.
I think it was also one of the ones covered in the podcast during the week too.
Yes, they did do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely try that game. Mech fighters are not really my thing, but but it looks to be really good. I always wanted to try, what is it called? The one where you had the big original Xbox super controller thing. Why am I forgetting?
Yeah. Mech Battalion, is it? Steel
Yeah,
Battalion.
Steel Battalion. That's it.
Steel Battalion, yeah.
Talk about your
Madness.
obscure Xbox controllers.
Yes.
It was like a full-on, like, push this button.
Like, yeah, the console of all the buttons. Yeah. Madness.
Man, I wonder if anybody would try that again.
They do in the Steel Battalion, but without the controller. I'm fairly sure they do one.
I also forgot about Avowed, one of the other ones I'm most excited for.
Oh yeah, Valve looks really cool.
We all forgot
yeah,
about it.
Yeah, Avowed. I'm definitely it is in my top. Dragon Age is number 1, then followed by Avowed, but that's just because Dragon Age is one of my
About they had a leak date. They leaked the release date by mistake, right? I think it was November 12th.
I think
or
it's a
something.
goal release date, November 12th or 14th, something like that.
Okay.
And
I still know they'll do that though with like Assassin's Creed 3 days afterwards, and I know it's different audience potentially, but there will be some crossover, and you just gonna split
and
your...
that one's also dropping straight into Game Pass, so they with the Game Pass stuff, it's a little bit easier to release games same day. Yeah, because like your audience is going. Yeah, I think they're less worried about crossing. I think the only time you might be worried, even with Game Pass, is next year when GTA drops.
Oh, GTA. Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I have no desire to play. Like, I have GTA. I beat the GTAs, but it's like I've never really liked it. The only campaign I've ever liked from GTA was GTA 4 Lost of the Dam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that one. I'm still not entirely sure what Avowed is. Like, I know it's like we've seen videos and we've seen all the combat and that kind of thing, but what else is like? Is it an RPG?
It's an RPG.
Is it?
Yeah,
it is an RPG.
It's essentially a.
I mean, it's Outer Worlds basically with swords and.
Well, yeah, you could say that too, but I'm gonna say it's Obsidian's kind of version of Skyrim, just not the big giant open world. It's hub worlds.
Yep.
The same way that what he said Outer Worlds is, which is fine. I think that would be a great thing.
Yeah, Outer Worlds was brilliant.
So, and this is to their strength. Instead of going like, let's not make a big giant super open world. Let's do more controlled worlds. And
the open world though. It's still open world.
Well,
is it like hub worlds?
It's hub open world, same way as like I was saying,
Outer Worlds.
Yeah, they're going to be open spaces, but I think they're going to be bigger because each one's going to have their own thing. They didn't say how many, but we do know for a fact there's at least 5 starting out.
Okay.
So,
like, yeah, I'll definitely be checking it out. But I'm so unclear about what it actually is. But yeah,
I'm definitely excited for that. But you just go in the mindset that it's Outer Worlds and Skyrim mixed together.
No.
Cool. Yeah,
that's the best way to put it.
Yeah,
that's a good combo though.
Look to that.
Yeah, you're getting the combat and feel of Skyrim, but the hub world. And I say it's probably going to be a little funny too. I think they're going to stick to their. Yeah. They're going to go with their stuff. Even like New Vegas is even more funny than a lot of the others. They know their comedy. So
I think the good writers that are out there.
Yep. And lastly, really the last. There's 2 more left outside Flight Simulator, and the little game. What was it? The 2 little games. Punk. The little cyberpunk
Fragpunk.
Yeah, Fragpunk hero shooter. And but I know Dower's excited to this, but Flintlock.
Oh yeah.
And that is the most recent one that has a date of next month.
It's coming out next month, literally next month, a month and 4 days from now.
Yep, drop straight into Game Pass. I've already got it pre-installed.
Me too. I got it pre-installed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the combat, man. That's the combat,
Yeah.
the little cute animal with you. That is just like, and then the world itself,
Yeah.
you fighting gods. So, and the combos and the moves, it's just like, obviously for the story part, I did not pay that much attention. But when I'm looking at a game with the combat, I just don't care about the story. Fuck them. I'm like, after the story, I just want to play the game.
So,
So
Yeah.
it looks so good. It just, and it's not just this trailer. I've been keeping an eye on this game since last year's trailer. It was shown last
Yeah.
year showcase. So I'm like, wow, whenever it comes out, I'm playing. And when it said it's on Game Pass day one, I'm like, oh, Xbox, by the way, gotta give them some credit here. I've been very critical of them lately, but like up until last year. But this showcase, they showed they are like giving out a whole lot of games, different variety, and they're keeping everybody happy. It's just not like they're specifically focusing on shooters, racing,
No.
or like first person shooters or like just RPGs. They have everything. Even the JRP, even the turn-based game is there with the Expedition 33. So
Yeah.
great showcase overall from top to bottom. And this game, I'm so excited. I want to say thank you to Xbox, by the way.
the only thing was the little lack of Japanese. And a lot of people have noticed that.
Well, they closed down Tango, so that's the problem.
But even still,
I'm just messing
even
with
still, like
you.
usually we get something from Bandai or something. But
Eh.
like I was expecting something from Square Enix. I mean, we did, which is the last game I'll mention outside some smaller ones. But it is Life is Strange, which I am super excited for. I love
Oh
the
yeah.
series.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Full exposure.
Yep. And it takes us back to Max Caulfield, and it sounds like they finally canonized what the choice you make at the end of the first one. So
Cool. Yeah. I haven't played any of them. They're on my list, and I know they're good, but I know that I will enjoy them. But just for
if
whatever
you're a
reason,
Telltale's
I just
person,
have
you will enjoy them.
yeah.
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 And speaking of Telltales, I cannot wait for Wolf Among Us 2.
I have
Oh,
a quick
yes.
question for F-Bomb though. How are you planning to play all your backlog games with all the games coming out?
I'm just
I
gonna
really
have
want to know.
to just explode into the void and just I don't know.
I mean, you gotta
See what
plan it
happens.
out, man. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta write it down or something, or like write it on
Yeah.
a schedule or something. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, there's so many. And you said you still want to
Oh,
play the old Stalker games, and now
yeah.
all the Life is
Yep.
Strange games, and the
Yep.
new Stalker. So I
Yep.
just
Honestly,
I'll
you
make-
could
I'll-
probably beat all if you dedicated like just a game a day. You could probably beat all the Life is Strange in a day.
Yeah.
game a day,
Mm.
like beat one game full day.
Like no, if you dedicated
one
a
day.
whole day, because each one,
Well, he's got a life.
well, yeah, I mean,
Nah, don't.
they've yeah, there are some people like, but I'm pretty sure you could at least beat two of the Life is Strange. I'd say at least the really the main ones you want to beat, which is Life is Strange 1 and Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Okay.
And then you could easily jump into the next one because that's pretty much the characters
The
around.
different story. Life is Strange True
Mm.
Color. Talking about?
Yeah,
True
and then
Colors is so good.
Yeah.
yeah, True Colors is really good, but you could definitely play that out of order because it's
Yeah.
it's a different
Okay.
set. It's an entirely different set of characters, except for one that is in
Yeah.
Before the Storm. But really, she's just a reference. So,
Okay.
so, but yeah, if you wanted to play that one when it comes out, just play the remastered collection and just play those two, and you'd be in good shape.
Yeah.
And he's you're about to get a sunrise over there back there.
Yep. It's 4 a.m. That's
Oh my
the
God.
sun coming up in the background.
Yeah, he'll go crash here in a second. We're almost done. We're hitting our alto, but let me mention the ones we didn't get on, just so everyone
Shadow.
knows what they were. Of course, Call of Duty, but
Oh,
everybody's talking about how it's Call of Duty. I don't think anybody wants to hear us talk
Yeah.
about Call of Duty.
I'll play the campaign, and that'll probably be it
Yeah.
for me.
Like I said earlier, Flight Simulator 2024 does look amazing. Always looks so beautiful. Asobo,
yeah.
great
Yeah.
developer.
Better than Doom. Doom Age,
yeah.
Dark Age.
The latest expansion for World of Warcraft, which is in August.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed Shadow, but we're going to be doing Inside Assassin's Creed at one point, hopefully in the next couple weeks. I need to get that list down, and we're going to love to have you all back. And if you're a big Assassin's Creed fan, like I said, we just break down the games, and we'll touch on Shadow. Now that all the big news is out until pretty much until the end of the summer, it'll be it's
brilliant.
perfect time just to focus on our normal schedule for once, unless Xbox screws up or Sony screws up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Gamescom coming soon too. within
Well,
2
yeah,
months.
but that's still about I would say 7 weeks
2
away.
months.
So that's seven.
Yeah,
That's
it's
7
going on.
episodes of games.
Okay.
Also, Fallout Skyline Valley, which is the first true expansion. They said it's like
So I'm playing that now. I picked up Fallout 76 again after the show. I watched the show and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play it again. I played it on release, and just the lack of content, I just stopped playing and haven't played it for years. Picked it up again, and the servers are full. Everyone's playing. It is like it's brilliant. Having loads of fun with it. Like you said, it's the first map expansion since release. The new, it all fits. It all feels good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
so you watched the show.
Yeah, watched the show.
You really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Loads
Dower
of fun.
refuses to watch the show. Hashtag watch Fallout Dower. More
I
people
watch
are
it.
telling. Like
I'm
if you go to
halfway through it and he's amazing.
If
It's
you
so
go to
It's
the-
fun. It's just
you go to our
fun.
YouTube, they
You
say
don't need to take
hashtag
it too
watch Fallout for
seriously.
Dower.
Can you tell them exactly why I'm not watching the show?
He-
There's a
he-
zillion games to play. Like I mean, if I do, I'm working all the time. I'm like with my family to look after, and then during my free time, what I want to do is play
Excuses,
games. I'm not watching
excuses.
any show.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I love my superhero shows and I cannot watch them, so I would rather play games. I mean, I would watch the shows if I had time, man. Well, I wish I was 18 again.
Yeah. Well, like The Boys, season 4 of The Boys came out today or yesterday. I got to watch that too.
Yeah, you're not gonna beat your backlog with all those shows, man.
I'll just have it playing in the background.
Hey,
Gotcha.
it's called managing time, Dower. Something you can't
Yeah.
figure out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Brooklyn football.
it's all fun and games here, people. We love just teasing.
Absolutely.
But anyway, another game from the show that we didn't really touch on, but I am excited for it. Can't wait to learn more about it. Mixtape.
Yeah.
What?
The music
Oh,
looks brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, and it looks like
gonna
a
be
Life is
hell.
Strange style game. So
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be hell for those streamers. Like, I don't think anyone's going to be able to stream it. But
Yep.
it looks really, really fun.
it looks like a fun
Hooked
little
on the music.
Yeah, and
Straight
it
away.
looks like it would be an achievement fun game. Another one was Atom Fall, which was that retro, had that
We talked
robot.
about it.
It looked pretty good. And then lastly, last two, Elder Scrolls 10-year anniversary Golden Road.
That's wild. The fact that it's been going for 10 years.
Yeah, but it's still doing really well, which is
Even
surprising.
GTA 5 is going for 10 years with their online, and it's still doing amazing.
And then there was that little mouse game Winter's Burrow, which I might try that.
I will.
Yeah.
I like survival games. The
Well,
thing
then
that
you
I
definitely
don't
would
like
love
about
State of Decay 2.
yeah, the one thing that I don't like about survival games is the time consuming part of it, like where you have to go out and scavenge resources, but then you have to build bricks and logs and it takes like 15 seconds to build a log, and I need 40 logs. I'm like, I don't have the time to wait for 8 minutes to build a wall.
That's why you
Right.
get the Starfield automatic stuff where it does it for you.
Yeah.
And you just go to a planet with like you sleep for like one day and it's like 15
it's
years
full.
and 15 years have passed on the other planet. I mean,
Yeah, but no, it looks super cute. The art style of that Winter Burrows looks super adorable. I'm into it.
well, we kind of covered everything. Is there anything that you all saw that was just announced over the whole week, hashtag not E3, that you would like to mention? Like me, I'm excited that they finally did a gameplay for Lollipop Chainsaw Repopped.
Oh, they
I
did
saw
that?
that this morning, actually. It's
Yeah.
even got a release date, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep. And
Um,
just that'll be a fun. It's just a stupid zombie killing game like
yeah.
Dead Rising. Just
Yep.
like I love those kind of games. I didn't get to play it on
Yep.
360, but I tried to find it years later, but I could never find it. Just it's a
The
little
ones that
obscure.
I've seen are like $150, and I'm not paying that
Yeah.
much money for a 360 game. It's not.
Yeah, me neither. So I'm excited for the return. And Valorant is another thing I'm excited for. I actually got in the beta, just downloaded it tonight, so I might try it before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything on your all's end that you've seen this past week?
I played at in the Mariachi Legends, which I saw in the Latin American game showcase, which looks really cool. It's I think it's only releasing on PC and Switch. It's kind of like a Mexican Dead Cells. It just looks super fun. There's like some cool, like you play a detective, but he's got like these supernatural powers, and it's like a 2D pixel cell shaded hand drawn art. Sorry, and it looks super fun. We watched the trailer in the other pod with Fraser and Nathan, and they that first time they'd seen it, and they seemed like they were really impressed with it.
Looks cool.
Nice.
Looks very cool.
And
The one that I actually downloaded the demo for it and played it yesterday. Once Human. I don't know if you guys saw any of the trailers for that. It's real messy. I don't think they know what they're doing with it. But essentially it's like an open world survival. It's like a HP Lovecraft horror vibe to it. And you fight people that are mixed with like everyday objects, and like the big bosses are like houses and buses and with arms and legs and tentacles, and it's very weird, very very weird. But it's you craft a base and you make a little settlement, but it's all online, and it's always online. So like when you log out, things are still happening. And I couldn't find anywhere to build my base. Like the whole map was just covered in people's bases, and I was just walking and walking and walking and walking, and it was like, no, you can't build here. No, you can't build there. No, you can't build there. So I think the actual game comes out next month, I believe.
sounds like it's going
I
to be
don't know.
rough.
Yeah, so far it's rough. The story is very weird. It is like open world RPG style, but like I'm not a huge computer PC gamer, so I found it very overwhelming. I reckon there will be 15 menus, and each menu is a different key on the keyboard. And
Oh,
so
boy.
I was like,
Oh.
all right, I need to unlock this, and I'd just be going through my keys like, what menu is it? Oh yeah, there it is there. Yeah.
Ooh,
The gameplay was fun. It was very
that's
fun,
good.
but it's real messy. And the fact that it's coming out next month and we've got a demo and this is where they're at, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it was cool. It's a free demo. Give it a go. And
I might look at it.
Hmm.
Anything you noticed, Dower?
I mean, there are two games. I mean, you already know one of them is Star Wars Outlaws, and then Silent Hill 2. So those are the two games. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to play. And I don't know,
Cool.
obviously Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I mean, my year is packed with the games. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother for looking at backlog games. So no, there's too much.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Silent Hill, though, there was another. Sorry, just to cut you off, but there was
Go
another
for it.
one that I saw that I knew nothing about, and it was like, how do I not know about this? Split Ahead.
Oh,
It looks
yeah.
like a third person like survival horror kind of thing, but you can almost take over any NPC and then rip parts of your body off to make weapons.
Whoa,
And
whoa,
it
whoa.
was
So you're a
like this
xenomorph
one.
from Dead Space?
Oh, Yeah, it was. There was this one dude that had this kind of like Gatling gun cannon thing that was his arm. His arm just kind of like tore into bits, and it looks cool. I'm into it.
Okay, I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to look that one
Yeah,
up.
November 8th is the release. I believe it's coming to everything. But yeah, slit ahead.
I actually think I saw that in pre-orders up on Xbox. Well, anything else before we kind of hit our closing or outro?
Just Elden Ring, man. I just want to play
Yep.
Elden Ring.
He just wants to play his Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, yes. I suppose I didn't see anything of that at any of the shows. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
well, they've got their own marketing. They're all good.
yeah, but they're not going to pay to do it, I suppose, are they? People know that's coming.
All right. Well, let's have our guest tell us their socials and where people can follow you, and we'll kind of get our outros going. We'll start with F-Bomb.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you so much for having me. I had loads of fun. It's always fun meeting new friends and talking games. You can find me at F-Bomb Gaming everywhere. Mainly on YouTube is what I do. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Your turn.
Yeah, you can find me at Oh No Not Addy. Everywhere, same thing. Mainly retweeting things. I have a YouTube. I post game clips that I then put on Gamer Social Club for reviews or whatever else. But every so often I think, do I stream? And then I go, no, I don't stream. So,
Yeah.
but it's been great to chat to you all. As F-Bomb says, it's lovely to meet new folk and chat games and just bask in all the gloriousness that we get to experience in the coming months and years.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also going to just shout out to Nathan, One Hot Dragon, and he's got a bunch of underscores. So he's at @1_hot_dragon on Twitter.
Oh, boy.
And mine is at random_name. And then
Very nice.
Dower, your turn.
All right.
Finish us out.
You'll mostly find me on Xbox, people, not on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. So,
You are on Twitter all the time. Don't say
in the morning while I'm working. So that's when I'm like trying to fight with somebody, that Raptors fan or something, whatever they are. So, okay, you can find me Dower_Hussein on Twitter, and Dower Rock and Roll on Xbox, and Dower2526 on PlayStation. Yeah, that's it. And by the way, I'm sorry, guys, but we did not say it, but like, hey, we're grateful too. We had a great show with you guys. This was, I think, our best episode. So thanks.
Yeah, when I get it added, just be on the lookout for Inside Game Chat, which it's an
Gameplay. Yeah.
Inside Game Chat with in-side Game Chat.
Yeah.
And it's just inside_ game chat on Twitter because they don't let you do dashes. Yeah, it's annoying. But anyway, it's not Twitter anymore. X, whatever.
It'll always be Twitter.
Yeah.
Always. I miss the bird though, the blue bird.
Yeah,
and all that.
the bird.
Everybody does. Damn you, Elon Musk. All right. Well, have a good night to everyone out there, and we'll catch you next time.
Good morning to Eddie, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
good
Yes,
morning. Good morning to him. And it's about evening where you're at, right? Or afternoon?
Lunchtime. I'm going to go and have a sandwich.
No,
Yeah.
Were you in Australia?
Yeah, Australia. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, cool.
And good afternoon to everybody in Australia. There you go. All right. Over and out.
Take care.